So last year I applied for a student-initiated production, which any student is able to do, and it was called 36-4. I got a cast together of 4 people. I had a writer helping me, and we collaborated and devised a piece of theatre.
It's best.
No!
Don't. No.
I approached Tim Maddock asking if I could get mentoring in direction, and he said yes, and so I had to pick a play. But instead of picking one play, I picked 2 short plays, which was Duet and Bogey Man. We were then picked to go to Singapore by Chris, Tim and Sarah Miller. And then we decided that if we were going to Singapore, we'd have to raise the money for all 6 of us to get flights, and we'd have to raise daily expenses. And so Chris, one of our mentors, had the idea to start a Possible campaign. Possible's a website just for crowdfunding. And so we created this Possible site, and we needed to raise $6,000, which was a substantial amount of money to raise in just over a month, actually.
It's cruel! He's holy now.
I'll get a shovel.
Where are you going to dig for her?
Out back. A tree.
A friend of mine had told me about Daniel Keene, and I'd found out that Tim actually has done a substantial amount of work with Daniel Keene. A large body of Daniel Keene's work was commissioned by the Red Shed Theatre Company, which Tim Maddock was a founder of. And so I was reading through these plays, and they were so gripping because there wasn't much to them. There's no characters. There's just dashes to indicate who's speaking when. There's no stage directions. And it's so poetic. And the language just grips you, and the content also grips you. You know, his themes are so strong and dark. And he's such a generous writer in that the writing is almost like a treasure map. And it's the director and the actor's jobs to dig and dig and dig and dig to find all this gold that Daniel Keene's written.
She doesn't have to open her eyes. She just knows.
Mystery Man, eh? Mystery Man.
She knows filth when she touches it.
She'd know when she touched you.
So the 2 plays I chose, I originally put on as separate entities. Duet is about 2 homeless men in a sewer, and they're exploring what it is to survive, what it is to live. And we witness their relationship develop between each other because they're really taking the roles of everything. They're all each other has. So we see them go through being, you know, having relationships such as mother, father, brother, sister, you know, hating each other, loving each other. And the drama that ensues with that, whereas Bogey Man is set on a farm in a historical context, and the play starts the moment that the woman or the wife of the farmer has just had a stillbirth. And so they're extremely grotesque in their themes and how they take place. There's so much violence in both plays. I guess the humour arrives from an uncomfortable place. When people have such tension built up when they're watching the plays and there's a funny line or there's something just so grotesque that it sparks humour, like a nervous laugh.
Woman cheats her husband by giving him mouldy bread and keeping the fresh for the child, and the child cheats the mother by giving her no thanks.
Who do you cheat?
I can cheat the soil. That's my magic.
It's a really interesting feeling watching your show that you've been working on for nearly a year when an audience comes to see it, and it brings it alive. And that's also another really fantastic thing about theatre is it's not real. It's not theatre until an audience is watching it.